Taste of Country Nights with Evan Paul on demand, season 2, episode 27 with Kelsea Ballerini. Jelly Roll was just in here. We asked him who would be on his cabinet if he was running for president, and he said he would have you as chief of staff.
I don't know about that, Jelly. but that feels like I could be bossy, which feels really fun. That I would love to be on his ballot.
We had a lot of fun talking with Kelsea Ballerini, and she gave us some inside dirt on her relationship with Chase Stokes that's not out there anywhere else. You'll hear about it in this podcast. Also, a surprise after Kelsea Ballerini, another interview is attached at the end of this. If you love Kelsea Ballerini, you'll love who's on the end of this. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you so much for checking out Taste of Country Nights on Demand. Our past episodes include Brantley Gilbert recently was here, Darius Rucker, Terry Clark, Jelly Roll, Luke Combs, Thomas Rhett. They're all there. Just search for Taste of Country Nights on Demand wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Okay.
Taste of Country, hanging out here with Kelsea Ballerini.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm really good. I'm excited to be talking about music.
Let's roll. Let's talk about
been a minute.
Music.
Let's talk about music.
I hope you weren't in here to talk about like waffles or something.
Well, I'm down.
Okay. Give me the story of Cowboys Cry 2. We just heard it. I love it.
You do?
It's edgy. I like
Is it?
Well, you. I mean, I got a 5-year-old daughter. I might not. You use a swear word is what I would say.
Not the radio edit.
I know. It sounds great.
You know, I wrote this song. I wrote the chorus on my back porch last November and brought it into Elisa Vanderheim, who I made the whole record with. And I loved the idea of writing a song from a female perspective, kind of like tackling toxic masculinity and, you know, opening that conversation from a woman's side. And then as I was making the whole record and kind of putting the puzzle together, I was like, man, I really feel like if we could have a male perspective on this, who's willing to go there and really be emotionally available to write his perspective into the song, that'd be amazing. And I'm a huge Noah Kahan fan, huge. And we've become buddies and just have such a beautiful, like, artistic synergy. He's such a monster of a songwriter. And I sent him the song and he wrote his verse on the road while he was touring. And we got together in the studio before ACMs, actually. And he was like, all right, well, I just kind of, you know, have been working on this. Just let me know what you think. We can change whatever. And he opens his mouth and sings this whole verse. And I just was like, oh my gosh. Like, it was really special. So I'm flattered he's on it.
What's like your doormat lyric? Like the lyric that hit you the hardest that you would throw on a doormat?
From his verse, you can't outdrive pain. Some day's going to take the wheel. I thought it was pretty special.
What does that mean to you?
Well, it's true. Like, if you don't deal with the things that are living inside of you, and your emotions and your traumas and your past or whatever it is, like, it catches up with you and it manifests in your life somehow. And so I think being able to take accountability for yourself and your actions and the things that happen to you as well, and just try to learn and grow always is the point. Is
there an artist that y'all bonded over?
Well, it's funny because I met him Grammy week and I was like doing this event and I knew he was playing as well. And I was like, I have to meet Noah Kahan. I'm like such a fangirl. You guys know, like for 10 years now, I'm just like, oh my God, that's so-and-so. And so I met him and I was like, you know, I love Stick Season. The whole record is amazing. And he was like, Kelsea, how long ago did you put out Peter Pan? And immediately I'm like, oh my God, he knows me. I was like, it's been like 8 years. And he's like, I just remember being at a bar and hearing that song and just thinking that hook was brilliant and that I wish I would have thought of it. And so immediately it was like songwriter to songwriter, which I appreciated so much. And so that's kind of the beginning of our artistic friendship.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your last album, you had like a subject to talk about.
Sure.
This album, maybe not so much. Like, did you find it more difficult to write and like what to talk about?
I have never been so scared to make a record as I was making this next record. Because Welcome Matt, I just didn't expect everything that happened with it, and I didn't make it for that purpose. You know, like when I'm making a commercial country record with, 12, 14 songs and studio musicians and the label and everything, like you go into it differently. And I didn't with Welcome Matt. And so then it was received like it was. And I was like, what do I do now? And it took me a minute to get my sea legs, but I feel really proud of what we got.
All right. And like a couple albums ago, you had a lot of collaborations, and your first single off this has a collaboration. Are we going to see more of that coming up?
There's not another collab on the album. I'm really open to it. I just think because I've gotten to do so many different kinds of collaborations, for me, it has to be about the song. And if the song lends itself and there is that like artistic synergy and mutual kind of fan moment, I'm always down. But there's not another one on this album.
How is your boyfriend?
Oh, he's cute. He's finishing the season today. Actually, it's his last day of filming. So
that's cool.
Yeah, he's great.
Is that crazy? So like you're hanging out with like Reese Witherspoon and stuff.
I love
like,
Reese.
What like? Tell me, give me some stories.
Oh, I don't know. I don't have.
Did she teach you the bend and snap?
Yeah, bend and snap. I love Reese. You know, she's a Nashville girl. So
yeah. Now, obviously, your boyfriend's an actor. Who would you like to play you in a role one day, or vice versa? Who would you want to play in a role?
I would like to play me.
Yeah,
that'd be fun. I can't really picture anyone else. I always said a hard no to acting, like hard no. And Reese for years was like, you should maybe try it one day. And I said no because I'm so scared of failing. Like it's just like the perfectionist in me. And then the last few years, I think I've just like started running towards things that really terrify me. And so I'll probably try
end
it.
up.
Yeah.
Who said I love you first?
Stokes.
Wow. Where were you guys at?
Oh, Charleston.
Wow, that's a romantic city. Were you like downtown? That's like old school.
We were in an Uber.
Okay, really?
Yeah.
You guys have nicknames for each other?
Oh my God. No, I mean, just like babe. I call him Stokes. He calls me Ballerini.
Okay, all right. And you slid into his DMs before. You told us you kind of drunk texted Kenny to get on Half My Hometown.
You got to shoot your shot, apparently.
Is there anybody else you've shot your message?
I mean, yeah, Noah, to see if he'll do Cowboys with me.
Okay.
So the point is, if you don't ask, you'll never know.
What do your DMs look like? Are there other artists asking you for opportunities? Like
I don't go through my DMs anymore. No. Listen, I went through a phase, especially like when my life was changing, where I was on Reddit, I was on Twitter again. Nope, gone from the phone. So yeah, I don't look anymore. I don't want to know.
Okay,
I don't want to know.
You're kind of a veteran now in country. Are there any newcomers that you're excited about?
I love Dasha. I think she's like having this really cool moment right now. Tiger Lily Gold. They're incredible.
Yeah.
They're so nice. And they're doing so, like, I see them everywhere. And they don't even look tired. I don't know how they do that. I'm wondering how they do that. I would like to know. They're really incredible. I'm a huge fan of them.
Jelly Roll put you on his presidential campaign. Did you see this?
No.
Okay, he made his dream presidential staff. And
What's my job?
You are the chief of staff. He said we'd have Kelsea Ballerini be chief of staff. She's real level-headed. She'd be great in that position.
I don't know about that, Jelly. but that feels like I could be bossy, which feels really fun. That I would love to be on his ballot.
Okay. Other than Reese Witherspoon, are there any other friendships in Nashville that would surprise us?
Oh, I mean, I'm really, really close with Karen Fairchild. She's like gone from like hero to collaborator to drinking buddy. I love her so much. Yeah, I love Reese. We're close. Who else? I mean, everyone's kind of here now. It's crazy. Nashville's like, it's the place. It's the cool place to be, guys. We knew that.
What's on your tour rider?
Oh, Chomps. You know what those are?
Mm-mm.
Okay, well, it's my new obsession. They're like a bougie Slim Jim, and they're really delicious. And it's quick protein, and you can put them in your bag and in your purse. And I eat probably for a week.
What else?
I used to, when I was starting out, like my pre-show ritual would be take a tequila shot with my band and just go on stage. And it's very different now. I'm like, I have tea and honey and a steamer and a warm up. So it's not as like sexy as it used to be. But
that's good.
But I take better care of myself, so that's good.
One final question. Recently we had Terry Clark in here. And I want to play something that she said and then follow up.
My best Blake story was CMA Fest, then Fanfare at the fairgrounds. It's more of a story that he should tell because it's pretty funny, but he was getting out of a car and getting into a golf cart to go sign, and there were a bunch of fans behind him. All they could see was behind him.
The mullet.
And they're going, Terry! Hey, Terry! I'm like...
Have you ever been mistaken for another artist in an interview or in person?
Well, that's hilarious. That's a great story. Me and Lauren Elena get it a lot. Yeah. Especially like, I guess like 8-9 years ago when we were both like, kind of first single. She came out way before me, but we have the same vibe, but we joke about it all the time.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, we love the new song, and we're excited about the new project coming up.
Thank you. Me too.
Yeah,
I can't wait to play.
Of that. Let's go.
Yeah, I told you a story off camera, but I'll come back and tell you the hat story.
Okay. All right.
On camera.
We're
next
in.
time. All right.
Thank you. We appreciate
Good
you.
to talk to you guys.
All right. As a special bonus to this episode here of Taste of Country Nights on Demand with Evan Paul, we got a chance to sit down with Carly Pearce. It was a Zoom interview, a video interview, right after she had done Good Morning America. So like she just got off Good Morning America and was backstage and did a Zoom interview with us. And here's that. What's up, Captain Good Morning America? What are you doing?
We're done now.
How was it?
It was good. It went great. Live
Lot of fun.
television is always crazy.
Cool. Have you heard stories from people about your song with Stapleton, like affecting them?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like I've had a lot of people tell me that, this was a song that they didn't know that they were living until they heard it.
How do you handle that weight? Is there a certain amount of weight? How do you handle that?
I feel like I've always been somebody that would rather sing about hard things than sing about nothing, if that makes sense. So it's always kind of this odd thing for me because I see it as a good thing, even though it's not really a good thing that they can relate to that song. But it means that, music is impacting in the right way.
Was it hard for you to have content for this album that you wrote compared to last time? You obviously had a subject to write about. Was it hard? Were you nervous going into this album?
I was definitely nervous. I think, I didn't have something very specific that I was telling a story about. It wasn't, one story. But I think once I started writing, I realized that I had a lot to say and a lot of life had been lived and that there was definitely way more to my story than that album.
So do you still have more that you have left to say?
Of course.
If I don't, I'm in trouble.
That would not be good after only 4 albums.
Is there a song somewhere, whether written or recorded, that is so personal to you that it's almost like that Wu-Tang album that only one person heard? No one, you're holding on to it and you're like, I don't know. And it's just been with you.
No, I feel like the most personal song I've ever written was 29, and it was the title track of my album. So I guess that's how I do things.
Okay. Curious about your health. Is it going to affect you for life, or is it something that can go away?
It can definitely go away. I'm hoping it goes away. Good Lord. I don't want it to affect me forever. That would not be good. But I'm doing a lot better. I think I'm taking all of the necessary steps to make sure that it doesn't come back. But I'm doing good.
Now, about 5 years ago or so, your mom had a heart issue. Is it related?
My dad has had heart issues.
Oh, that's okay.
My mom, she has lung issues. But no, it's not related. Thankfully, I will say about a month ago, we weren't really sure what it was. So I'm thankful that it's not the same thing. And mine is totally curable and not life threatening if you take care of it.
Okay. And what has to change exactly in your live shows during this time?
The amount of physical exertion. So I have to keep my heart rate at a certain point in my daily life and on stage. So that means exercise, running around a stage, singing, all of that stuff. I just can't push it. And each week we're kind of doing a trial and error of allowing a little bit more to be had, but trying to not just go 0 to 100.
Whoa. Okay. So like what can't you go? Like, can you not do like a sporting event? Like, are there certain things you can't go to where you know you're going to get so hype? You know, and like you sing in front of thousands of people. How do you not get your heart rate even just by singing, sitting there?
It's been an interesting thing. I wear my Apple Watch now during my shows, and it's crazy how much my heart rate gets. I've been joking that We Don't Fight Anymore is really hard to sing, I guess, because my heart rate gets up all on its own. But I can't run right now. I can't really do any kind of physical activity as far as like in my normal, what I would do as far as exercise and things like that. But slowly but surely, I'm getting better.
What do you think about artists like Post Malone crossing over?
I love Post Malone. I think he's doing it in such a cool way, and in such a way that feels very much like the whole country community is rallying around him. And I have to say, his song with Morgan is stuck in my head most hours of most days.
That's good to know. Last time I asked you what new artists you're excited about, you told me Megan Maroney. We played it for Megan. She freaked out. Megan's had a lot of success, so let's call it. Who's next? Who are you excited about?
I think Ella Langley's next.
Okay, two people have told me that. Okay.
Yeah. Anytime I open up my TikTok, it's "Excuse me, you look like you love me." And I'm also going to just call it that's going to be a big song for her.
Wow. Okay. Okay. All right. What's your most expensive splurge you've made this year?
I have a purse addiction.
Let's hear about it. Okay. I like know what a lot of it is. I just don't have them, but.
We'll just say my two loves in life are Gucci and Louis Vuitton.
Yeah. Do you get the new ones? Do you have the old school one with the cherries?
I don't have the one with the cherries.
You know what I'm talking about?
There's some like coming back, but no, my newest bag, I bought one of the denim Louis Vuitton bags for my album release because I had to, treat myself.
But do you use them?
Yes, I do. I actually really do. Now, they also look really pretty in my closet, on display.
Yeah, I got you. Would you ever get into acting like Yellowstone or anything?
I would love to get into acting. It's definitely something, hosting and acting are kind of things that I'm really interested in and really into. So for sure.
Dude, because you're funny. I saw your latest Instagram where you were like on the balcony, like, how many people are excited? Like, stuff like that will be good bits for hosting. So I think you'd be good at it.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's next for you in 2024 other than McGraw and album and anything crazy we don't know about yet?
I mean, I did put out an album, so there should probably be some shows around the album. I'm not sure.
Okay. I guess we'll wait and see. All right. Awesome. You're the best. Love the album. Thanks for taking time. You rock.
Thank you. Good to see you.
You as well. Be good.
See ya.
All right. Bye.